Hello, so today we are going to be learning how to save and load data from your game using Json and the built-in Godot tools. So as you can see here, all I've got is just a very basic Godot scene with a node 2D and a script called save data that's attached to it. So let's open up that script. As you can see, I haven't really done anything to it. It's very stock standard C# Godot script. The way Godot serializes to JSON with their inbuilt tools is they do it from a dictionary. Okay, let's go and create one of those. So Godot dot collections dot dictionary. We'll call this data. Then we'll say new dictionary. Now we need to add data to this dictionary. So data dot add. And the data is arranged in a dictionary, if you're not super familiar with them, in key value pairs. So you'll have a key, which will be able to pull the data of the value out. So we'll do a key called name for here, and then we'll just do a name of Tim. Sure. Then we'll go data dot add. Let's just do job and programmer. Sure. Now, to serialize this to JSON, all we got to do is go string JSON is equal to JSON, capital J, dot stringify data. Now let's just check this to make sure it's correct. So gd.print JSON. Now I'm going to run it. And as you can see here, the data is in the correct JSON format. So perfect. So I'll stop this. Now, all we got to do is save this JSON and then load it back. So I'm going to delete this function and create a new one called private void save text to file. I am going to give it the arguments string path, string file name, string data. First thing we got to do when saving files is we got to check, well, first things first is we got to use the library using system.io. And now that we've done that, first things first is we got to check to see if the directory we're trying to save to exists. So if directory dot exists path, let's check if it's not there. So if the directory doesn't exist, not, we will create it. So directory dot create directory path. Super simple. Now we will update the path to include the file name. So we'll have path is equal to path capital P dot join path and file name. I'm going to print the file name gd.print path, or not the file name, the path. Now I'm going to try catch, and I'm going to write to the file. So file dot write all text path data. Now we've got this exception. So if we can't write to the file for any reasons, like we don't have read-write privileges or whatever, this isn't going to like prevent the game from running. It's not going to crash anything. We're just going to like move on. But I'm going to log this as well, gd.print, and then I'm just going to print the exception. Now let's try and save this. So save. First, we need to get the path that we want to create. So string path is equal to project settings dot globalize path. Godot has these really handy paths that are standardized for each operating system. So this will give you the correct path for each operating system. And this is kind of your static path. No matter where your game's saved, this will be the path for your game's data, which is really handy. So we'll save that. And then we will call save text to file. Then we'll pass in the path that we just got. We will call our file save game1.json. And then we will pass in the JSON. Alrighty, let's go. Let's try and run this. Okay, so I'm going to close this. I'm going to copy the path and see, open up File Explorer, and then delete that so it doesn't open it. And as you can see, we've got the file right there. Now we need to load that data back from JSON. So let's make a new function, private string load text from file. Now all we need for this is a path, so string path, and a string file name. We are going to have a string called data, so string data is equal to null, turn data. Now we're going to do that full path thing again. So the path is going to equal path.join path file name. And then we're going to check to see if that file exists. If not file.exists path, then we are going to return. Now we're going to try and catch again. So try file.read all text path. And we're going to set the data equal to this. Data is equal to this. And we're going to do the same thing here where we're just going to log the exception. So gd.print e. Now let's just try and load it. Gd print load text from file path, and then just going to copy the name and run it. See if we can. And perfect. We get the data back. So now that we have the data back, I'm going to close that. How do we actually use it? Because having it in a string format's not going to be like super useful to us. This format's much more useful to us. So now I'm just going to create another dictionary, Godot.collections.dictionary loaded data is equal to, oh, first, Json, I don't know, sure. And we're going to make a new instance of this. So then JSON loader dot parse, I'm going to save this to a string. Loaded data is equal to that dot parse loaded data. Now we will check and see if this returns an error. So error is equal to this. So if we have error that doesn't equal error.ok, we will return and log the error. gd.print error. Now we have our JSON data parsed here. To access it, we'll just go Godot.collections.dictionary. This is very wordy. And we will do JSON loader dot data. Oh, duh. I named them the same thing. I'll just change that to loaded data dict. Okay. Now, to just access anything in that, we will go gd print loaded data square brackets, and we will find out the name or not. Oh, yeah, naming things too similar. And we are getting the name Tim. Perfect. So everything's working as expected. So we can now save and load data. And now let's clean this up a little bit. So I'm going to go, and I really don't like having to type all this. So I'm going to go using dictionary is equal to Godot collections.dictionary. And then I'm going to go using array is equal to Godot.collections.array. So now we can just go get rid of that. So this is going to make it look a lot cleaner. Now let's do something a little more advanced than just saving a name and a job. So let's keep the name and let's change this to add level, and let's make them level 12. Now let's also do an inventory. So data.add inventory. Now this is going to be where it gets a little bit weirder. We are going to make a new array, and then the array, we're going to go new dictionary, and we're going to have an item name, and let's have this first item be a sword, and then we will have quantity, and we'll just have one sword. Then we will try and do let's say new dictionary. Yeah, let's just copy everything in here, and we'll change this to coins, and let's say we'll have 500 coins or 1500 coins. Sure, that works too. And let's also do some health potions. So this is just to show you a little more complex example of using this system to save and load JSON data. So health potions, and let's have 3 of them. So everything's going to pretty much work the exact same way. So I'm going to just get rid of or switch this to show you how to get everything from this. So I'm going to switch this to, I'm going to copy this, inventory. Okay, so we're going to get the inventory, and then we're going to go dot as Godot array, parentheses, and then we can do the square brackets to get the index from there. So we'll just be pulling the first item, which should be this, from the inventory. So let's run this, and we get the sword. Perfect. So that's everything working. Hopefully that helps you and shows you a little bit how to use the Godot JSON serializer and deserializer. All right, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or any ideas for new videos, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you.